Here's your wrestling news for February 8th, 2026. Your headlines for today include Backstage uncertainty surrounds WrestleMania 42 plans, real reason Royce Keys was furious backstage revealed, key influence behind Hobbs' AEW exit exposed, Backstage reaction to Brock Lesnar no-selling Dragunov revealed, AEW Backstage response to controversial crowd chants revealed, TNA duo with WWE past rumored for AEW jump, Backstage heat on Ricochet over controversial comments, Punk teases complex storyline for WrestleMania 42, WWE almost became WE, surprising detail revealed, and more. For all the talk about WrestleMania 42 being stacked from top to bottom, a new report from a highly reputable source suggests the card may be far less finalized than fans believe. According to Fightful Select, WWE sources have indicated that many of the matches previously labeled as original plans for WrestleMania haven't even been formally presented internally. In fact, significant portions of the card are still under active discussion. We were told by WWE sources that a number of the original plans for WrestleMania have simply not been presented, and that a lot of the WrestleMania card is still being discussed. That update pours cold water on recent speculation that several high-profile matches were already locked in for Las Vegas. Rumored bouts such as Seth Rollins vs. Bron Breakker, Becky Lynch vs. AJ Lee for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and potential heavyweight showdowns involving Brock Lesnar or Oba Femi may not be as concrete as previously reported. As it stands, only one match has been made official. WWE confirmed on Raw that CM Punk will defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 42. Everything else, no matter how strongly teased or widely reported, remains fluid. With months still to go before the showcase of the Immortals, it appears WWE's creative direction is far from locked in. The road to WrestleMania may be underway, but the destination card is still taking shape. Royce Keys may have shocked the world with his Royal Rumble debut, but according to those close to him, that moment was years in the making and fueled by real frustration behind the scenes. Speaking on the Duke Loves Wrestling podcast, Devon Dudley pulled back the curtain on Keys' mindset before leaving AEW. He was very frustrated and very angry at times. I remember talking with him about that because he didn't feel like he got that structure in AEW. Devon revealed that he had previously worked with Keys back when he appeared as an extra in WWE, helping him fine-tune his matches. Now he believes that being under WWE's system will provide the consistency and direction the powerhouse needs. He's just getting started after a big debut. I also believe that with the right structure, he'll come along great. The great thing now is that he's under WWE's umbrella, so he'll be able to get the structure that he needs. Devon went even further, suggesting some talent who move from AEW to WWE feel more fulfilled once they're in a more regimented environment. There are certain people who come from AEW to WWE and feel more confident. They feel like they're in a place where they should be, where they can learn what they need to do to take their career to the next level. That sentiment echoes comments from Rikishi on his Off the Top podcast, where he revealed that he advised Keys to take the leap. According to Rikishi, the issue wasn't opportunity, it was direction. It was easy over there for him in AEW, but he wasn't being used the right way. Take a chance. If you don't take a chance on yourself. Rikishi explained that he's had a long-standing relationship with Hobbs, dating back to training sessions and independent shows. He said Hobbs regularly leaned on him for guidance while navigating the ups and downs of the business. Now officially part of WWE, Keys' Rumble debut signaled the start of a new chapter. However, despite Fightful reporting that WWE plans to place him on SmackDown, he is yet to make his blue brand debut following the Rumble appearance. Who should Royce Keys face first on SmackDown to establish himself as a serious threat? Should WWE throw him straight into the deep end against a top name, or build him slowly? Sound off below. Brock Lesnar's brief run in the 2026 Royal Rumble didn't last long, but it definitely left an impression. The biggest moment came when Ilya Dragunov stepped up to the beast. Dragunov fired off a series of stiff chops, trying to light up Lesnar and rally the crowd. For a few seconds, it felt like the underdog might create a signature Rumble moment, but Lesnar quickly snapped back into control, roaring, brushing off the offense, and eliminating Dragunov with ease. The decision sparked debate online. Some fans felt Dragunov, who's been building momentum in recent weeks, could have benefited from a longer exchange or a more competitive showing. Others saw it as classic Lesnar booking, dominance, destruction, and no wasted motion. Interestingly, according to Fightful Select, the live crowd reaction largely supported Lesnar during the exchange. That reportedly led to a few eye-roll reactions backstage, especially from those who expected sympathy to lean toward Dragunov. Was it the right call to have Lesnar dominate the exchange, or should Dragunov have gotten more offense in? Let us know your take below. What many assumed was a chaotic crowd hijack on AEW Dynamite apparently wasn't viewed as an issue backstage, in fact, quite the opposite. According to Fightful Select, AEW officials were pleased with the media attention generated by the loud "fuck ice" chants that broke out during the February 4th episode of Dynamite in Las Vegas. AEW was very happy with the media attention from the "fuck ice" chants during AEW Dynamite this week. The chant erupted just before the main event between MJF and Brody King, briefly shifting focus away from the ring and catching even MJF off guard. Despite the unexpected moment, AEW production did not mute the audio or cut away from the crowd. The chant aired live, quickly circulating across social media and drawing attention far beyond the wrestling bubble. Rather than viewing it as a disruption, the report suggests AEW saw the moment as added visibility, proof that their live audience has a voice and that the product remains unpredictable. Do moments like this enhance the authenticity of AEW's presentation, or do they risk distracting from the in-ring product? Share your thoughts below. Selena Slay's front row appearance on AEW Dynamite has quickly spiraled into controversy, and now her Instagram account is gone. The adult content creator was seated ringside during Dynamite as part of Andrade's flirt-heavy on-screen persona, which has become a recurring element of his presentation. Cameras even caught Andrade interacting with her during the match, making the moment feel clearly intentional and storyline-driven. But things took a sharp turn after the show. Slay later posted a clip to her Instagram story showing Kenny Omega being restrained by security and added the caption, "LMAO, this is so fake." That single line set off immediate backlash. Many AEW fans felt she undercut the product by openly mocking the scripted nature of wrestling, especially after being prominently featured on television. Within hours of the criticism spreading online, her Instagram account was deactivated. As of now, AEW has not commented publicly on the situation. It's also unclear whether Slay was officially part of a long-term angle or simply used as a one-off ringside personality to enhance Andrade's character. What was meant to be a quick cameo moment has now turned into an awkward headline. Whether this was a misunderstanding, poor judgment, or just social media carelessness, it's safe to say the experiment did not go as planned. Former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Jessica McKay and Cassie Lee could be closing in on their next chapter, and AEW is reportedly in the conversation. WWE fans remember them as the Iconics, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, a duo that built a reputation for sharp charisma and tag team chemistry. After leaving WWE, they rebranded as The Inspiration and made a splash in TNA wrestling, capturing the Knockouts Tag Team Championships during their run. Their most recent appearance came on TNA's debut episode on AMC, where they dropped the titles to the Elegance brand before officially wrapping up with the promotion. Since then, speculation about their next move has been steadily growing. According to Dave Meltzer in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, AEW interest in the duo has been discussed internally for some time. We've heard a lot of talk of The Inspiration, Jessica McKay and Cassie Lee coming in ever since they left TNA for another opportunity right after losing their tag titles to the Elegance brand on the AMC debut show on 1/15. While no official signing has been announced, the fact that their names continue to surface in backstage conversations suggests that AEW could be seriously evaluating the move. If they do land in AEW, it would instantly add another established tag team to a women's division that continues to evolve. With their experience across both WWE and TNA, plus their strong character work, McKay and Lee could bring both depth and personality to the roster. Do you think AEW should sign The Inspiration, or would you rather see them return to WWE instead? Let us know your thoughts. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. AEW National Champion Ricochet's latest comments about WWE have reportedly caused serious frustration within his former locker room. According to F4W Online, multiple people in WWE were said to be unhappy with Ricochet's recent social media posts and interviews where he accused the company of damaging both his momentum and his passion for pro wrestling. The controversy began when Ricochet took to Twitter and openly criticized WWE's track record with certain talents. Same thing happens to Balor, Shinsuke, Apollo, and many others. WWE kills legacies and love of the sport. It's what they do best. The post immediately sparked debate online. When some fans defended WWE's platform and opportunities, Ricochet doubled down instead of walking it back. I do feel this way, and many others do as well. That company kills the love, and you end up being a shell of who you were and going through the motions. The situation escalated further when a user accused him of being ungrateful. Ricochet responded with perhaps his most personal statement yet. "They took my love of pro wrestling away. I'll never forget how I felt walking into work every week, and that platform was only to make others look good at my expense, and I told them I'd rather quit and go back to the indies and make whatever I'd make there than to come back next week." His frustration wasn't limited to social media. During an appearance on the Mark Hoke show, Ricochet described his WWE tenure as a blip in his career, claiming it altered how fans view him as a performer. That 5 years really tarnished Ricochet's wrestling legacy. It completely changed the public's image of who Ricochet was. While he acknowledged that WWE played a role in important personal milestones, including meeting his wife, he made it clear that professionally, the experience left scars. Now in AEW holding championship gold, Ricochet said he finally feels like himself again inside the ring. But according to reports, his blunt remarks haven't gone unnoticed in Stamford, and internally, there's frustration over how publicly he's aired those grievances. Do you respect Ricochet for being honest about his experience, or do you think some things are better left unsaid? Let us know your take. Forget the traditional wrestling script. CM Punk says WrestleMania 42 won't be about heroes and villains. According to the Second City Saint, his upcoming main event against Roman Reigns is something far more layered. In a February 5th appearance on You Better Bet, Punk explained that this clash in Las Vegas isn't built on the usual babyface versus heel formula. Instead, it's about two megastars colliding at the peak of their powers. At this level, it's not good guy versus bad guy, it's superstar versus superstar. I don't want Roman to change who he is, and I'm not going to change who I am. For Punk, authenticity is the hook. He made it clear that while classic roles make storytelling easier, this rivalry doesn't fit neatly into that mold. It's not about painting one man as the villain and the other as the hero, it's about ego, pride, and real emotion. I can kind of distill it down to simple. Simple is better. I draw on real-life situations and human emotions that are going to pull on people's heartstrings. To me, it's better when there's a good guy and a bad guy. When it comes to me and Roman, I think we kind of transcended that a little bit. That unpredictability, according to Punk, is what makes the match special. Different cities may react differently, some may cheer, some may boo, but one thing, he says, is guaranteed. Different situations are going to lend themselves to different reactions. So when you got me and Roman in the ring together, all you know is it's going to be real loud, it's going to be electric, and it's going to be good. It really is. The irresistible force versus the immovable object. It's great. You're getting two top guys, arguably the best in the business, and you put them in the ring and it's going to be magic. Punk also addressed Roman Reigns' fiery line from Raw, "I'm choosing you because I hate you." Instead of bristling at it, Punk embraced it. "You saw the smile on my face. That's real. You hate me? Awesome. I got exactly what I wanted. I'm under your skin. I'm in your head. That's how I win." With WrestleMania 42 drawing closer, the narrative isn't about good or evil, it's about control, psychology, and two dominant personalities refusing to bend. So what do you think? Will this truly be superstar versus superstar? Or will the Vegas crowd pick a side the moment that bell rings? Former WWE creative director of on-air promotions David Sahadi has shared one of the most bizarre what-if moments in company history, revealing that Vince McMahon seriously considered rebranding WWE to simply WE. Speaking about the early 2000s logo transition, Sahadi said the idea wasn't a quick joke, it was discussed for weeks. At one point when we were making the logo change, Vince wanted it called just WE, like World Entertainment, Sahadi explained. And I'm just like, it doesn't kind of work, WE. That conversation lasted for about a month before we settled on WWE. I kid you not, it just made no sense. Instead of keeping the familiar three letters, McMahon briefly pushed for dropping wrestling altogether and leaning fully into entertainment. In the end, WWE was chosen, a move that preserved brand recognition while still removing the F. Sahadi also admitted that he personally preferred the original name. It was World Wrestling Federation back then. I miss that term, Federation. That sounds so cool. There's a Star Trek sense to it, you know? The rebrand stemmed from WWE's long-running legal battle with the World Wildlife Fund. According to Sahadi, the dispute had gone on for years, but the tide seemed to turn during the height of the Attitude Era. There was advanced warning. I believe they'd been suing us for over a decade, and they weren't winning. But that was the era when they finally won, when we were getting very salacious, he said. We had D-Generation X, we're crossing lines, we were doing R-rated stuff. He believes the company's edgier content may have influenced the final outcome. I think that's when they finally got the verdict in their favor, and got us to take the F out. In 2002, the Get the F Out campaign officially introduced WWE to the world, a branding shift that stuck and ultimately helped define the modern era of the company. It's hard to imagine wrestling history if the weekly show had been promoted as simply WE. The acronym might have been cleaner, but it certainly wouldn't have had the same punch. Would you have watched WE every Monday night? Let us know your thoughts below. For all of our subscribers, don't miss the 9 a.m. Eastern video we dropped earlier today. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.